Hi Tim, hi Sarah and Rebecca, hi Spirit Wolf Tracy, hi Evie, Lisa, Christina. Thanks for joining me. Me? Us. My partner is here, but I think he's going somewhere. Hi Beverly. It looks like autumn. How are you guys? Wow. Everything looks a little bit different because it's been raining. So everything just looks a little different today. The colors are different. I've got an umbrella just in case. Just a couple seconds until we're officially started. Mysterious gentleman has disappeared. Hello! That's the exact on-the-spot moment. So hello everybody and welcome. Welcome to Hiraoka, a town right next to, or town city next to the mountains that are a barrier between Osaka and Nara. So welcome. You guys are here on time. 1 a.m. for you. Yes, I'm quite aware that a lot of people are staying awake quite late or waking up in the middle of the night to be here. So thank you very much for choosing to spend the next hour with me. I changed the tour to 70 minutes actually, just in case we needed a little bit longer. Hello. Hi Diane, you're an early bird in the UK. So my name is Kendall, but I reckon a lot of more people are still going to yet come in. So I guess I'll have to say my name is Kendall a couple of times. My partner is having a walk around. I don't know if you're going to get to see him, but welcome. We are in the countryside kind of part of Osaka. We're not in the big city. So Osaka is in, I'll take this off. There's basically nobody around. It's a Sunday. It's 4 p.m. So the light is going to go down quite nicely. There's some really interesting clouds. So by the end of this tour, when we get to the park, you'll hopefully see something worth seeing, basically. And I think there might be little baby daffodils that have been growing. So hopefully you can enjoy that too. Now, today I would like to show you around a really important shrine in the area and actually in Osaka in general. It's quite an important shrine, but it's lesser known for tourists and things. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. But there really aren't that many people here right now. Let me just have a little look. Just say hello. Ariana, Stephanie, Francis, Barry, welcome everybody. It's nice to see you. So this is a super local little train station. This one, Hiraoka station, you'll have to connect to the Kintetsu or JR if you want. You can go one way to get to Osaka and the other way to get to Nara. So that's pretty cool. But what I'm going to do is turn you around and give you a little look up here. Hi Lynn, hi Victoria. So this is what you'll see if you come out of the train station and then want to come up to the shrine. We can see these lovely ropes that are pretty. These ones look pretty fresh because they're still yellow. They fade to a kind of cream-like colour if they're really, really old. And it's been raining so much, actually. We're lucky it isn't raining right now for this tour. And there's little droplets of water that are falling from the bottom of all of the bits of straw that have been tied together. Basically, this is a sacred area, so we have this rope here to signify that a sacred area is coming. Look, we have the buds of plum blossoms as well. It's a bit hard to see against the overcast kind of light, but that's pretty exciting. They feel so new as in comparison to the last tour. That is true. I reckon because of the new year, everything's been beautified since Oshogatsu. Shrines are really important in Japan for the beginning of the year, the Oshogatsu period, which is the first 3 days of the year usually. There's normal, real people living in and around here. I've got lots to tell you, so I'll try and keep my own mind on track as I tell you everything. Thank you very much, Victoria, for giving me a follow. So I'm going to teach you how to conduct yourself at a shrine and try and get you some lovely, lovely postcards. That's hopefully a speciality of mine because I'm an artist as well, so I try to get some nice angles for you. So if you're watching this on Heygo rather than on YouTube, you can use the postcard button. Should be a nice clear button somewhere on your screen, depending on if you're looking on a computer or or on a phone or a similar type of device, there's a big round button. So feel free to take pictures at any point. Well, that's a bit strange. We're going to see my partner just over there on his phone on Heygo, I think. So you can see us walking up to him. This is the Japanese squat. Say hi, Ryo. Okay, so this is the main, I'm going to call it a Tori gate so that you guys can understand, but he's not going to like it if I call it Tori gate. Tori. So it looks so different right now, I think, because it's sodden with water. It rained on it so much, so it's a kind of dark yellowish colour. But actually, normally it's very, very pale. What are you laughing at? Are you just trying to sabotage my tour? He loves a bit of sabotage, this guy. Every time I try to make a video, he comes to sabotage it. But yes, it has changed colour. There's a ryokun for scale, and it's a little cold outside. So, you see that gentleman just there, just bowing before he walks in. The idea is that you don't walk in through the middle part here, because that section is reserved for the gods. So we're going to walk in just to the side, and we'll have a little bow, just as that gentleman did. Oh, there's lots more signage up and around, so I'm looking forward to showing you that. Okay, so this is a shrine. 1 second, just bow. This is a shrine area, which means it belongs to Shinto, the Shinto belief system. Look at these, freshly printed. Look at these. It looks like my tour. So I'll continue telling you about Shintoism in a moment. But it looks like they've prepared lots of new imagery to welcome people to this shrine area, which is pretty cool. So we're going to see all of these things. It's a bit of a spoiler, actually. Many of you have probably come on this tour before. The first time I ever did a Heygo tour was 1 week later than today, and it was this very site. So I'm looking forward to showing you around. It smells good like the rain. So here you can see evidence of the festival that they had. They have this festival in October. At this particular shrine, they have two festivals, but one of them is private, so one of them isn't for the public to attend. But do you see that in the middle, that float? I'll show you a picture as well. I can show you a picture at night of all of the people joined in together, but that was cancelled for 2 years in a row. Oh, thanks. Are you being helpful today? Hey! Oh, I thought he just took the umbrella to carry, but then he hit me with the umbrella. So if anyone thinks he's a nice boy, he's not a nice boy. So lots of things happen in the shrine buildings that actually aren't for the public to see. Lots of rituals. This one's a wedding, is it? Yeah. Wow. Look at that. So they're putting all of their efforts into into marketing this year, marketing special. And speaking of marketing, all of these tall pieces of stone, marble blocks have got names carved into them, and they represent the sponsors of the shrine. So anybody, any family, any business, anybody is welcome to purchase one of those, to have their family or company name marked here as a sign of you caring about the shrine, a sign of your wealth as well if you get one of those big ones. They've actually removed the smaller ones. Ryokun, I've never seen that. They've removed the small wooden ones. Yeah, so I guess they're waiting for lots more sponsorship so they can... Oh, really? Every year? But then these big ones that are very expensive, they're permanent, aren't they? Yeah, it was my very first tour, Dawn. My very first tour was here. At the end of this tour, we're going to see the park, Hiraoka Koen, where we'll also get to see some of the first plum blossoms. These are lanterns that get lit at nighttime. I've checked before. The big ones are, I think it's like 100,000 yen, which is about $9,000, thereabouts. Just the start, the buds of the plum blossoms, Mariette. And then the smaller ones you can get for 10,000 yen, which is about just under $100. But the big ones would be very permanent. And it might even be double that for the very biggest ones, which is why it would often be companies, I think, that sponsor these ones too. Now, these bits have been emptied because normally they put smaller plaques with names on them, small and long ones like this, and they all get lined up in there. But every year they change them, ready for more sponsorship. And you might think, why does a shrine need sponsorship? Well, it's all to do with the upkeep. Of course, these things need to be taken care of. But it's kind of like a donation to the shrine, but I guess it is also on show, totally on show for everyone to see. So I don't know, is it like a popularity contest as well? Hi, Jeanette. Nice to see you guys. I know this tour is being run at the most peculiar time for a lot of people, but I thought it might be nice to offer it to some new people. So if anyone is new to me, has any questions for me, do let me know. I've been living in Japan for 3 years and 3 or 4 months. I think the rain might be starting soon. Perfect for Europeans. Mariette, not necessarily. Only perfect for early bird Europeans, which I don't think is so perfect for all of them. If I'm a European, and if I was living in the UK or Europe, and you set a tour at this time, I personally wouldn't be able to get to it. If I'm correct, it's something like 7 a.m. No, the pricing doesn't change for where the plaques are placed, only for the size of the plaques. So, as I was saying earlier, shrines relate to Shintoism. The Shinto belief system is indigenous to Japan, which means that it has always been here. It started here. But about 1,400 years ago, Buddhism also came to Japan. Buddhism came to Japan, rather. Shinto was always here. It came through India, China, Korea, and then to Japan. Ariana, you say it's a little after 2 a.m., so you're somewhere in America, I think. And if people come to a Shinto shrine, are you taking pictures?
No, you are.
There's a little inception going on in the background because my tour sabotaging partner is watching in the background. What fluffies?
Yeah? Moss?
Where? Moss. Oh, he's calling the moss fluffies.
No?
So if you come to a Shinto shrine, it's probably because something in your life relating to life or fresh starts is happening again.
Why?
So fluffy. So that means the birth of a child, the start of a new business or something. And if you go to a Buddhist temple, then that's for something in your life that's relating to finishing or death. Wow, it is fluffy. I got a mossy hand. Hi, Wendy. 4 p.m. for you, Victoria. Where are you? Are you somewhere in... You're somewhere in Asia? 4 p.m. Victoria, are you in the same place as me? Are you in Japan? Hi. In Korea. What, is the time exactly the same? So there are some restorative processes happening here for the buildings and things up there. You know what? I think I might... Let me think. Should I take you up there now? Up that way. 1 second, I can see some shrine maidens in the distance, so there might be something nice to see over here. Yeah, very beautiful. We'll go up to the main building in just a moment. There's so many lovely birds I can hear in the background. Hi, Michael. Hi, Jane. Oh, Jane and Michael, they're from Mary Poppins, the little kids. Rio, I'm going to go up this way and show them up here. I've seen lots of business people. Slippy have the strong boots. Concrete. Ah, Rio, I think Rio won't care, but they're changing it for maybe access for disabled people. Actually, it looks way too steep, so I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what they're changing it for. But maybe it's not permanent. It was lovely stone before, so I think Rio's upset to see that this lovely stone on this side has been covered over. Rio, why do you have the sound on? You can hear me. Sorry, guys. He's walking along, watching the tour on his phone while we're experiencing the tour with the sound on. So I could hear myself in the background as an echo. The moss is looking so lovely around here. This building has been constructed much more recently. All of the buildings that you're going to see are really, really well kept, and that's because of all of those sponsorships and things. Spoilt it with tarmac, yeah. They must have a good reason for it. Look at the moss today. It's so bright. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Roxana. Doesn't it look beautiful? Sorry, I do a little bit of marveling as well at all of the aspects of nature that are in the area. You know what? I'm surprised. I didn't know that guy over there wanted to hang out with me. Isn't that nice? So this building here, I was saying, I've seen business people using it. So I think it's for special ceremonies that are in relation to the starting of new businesses, because the main building gets used for, this isn't the main building, but the main one gets used for babies, new babies, and weddings. Hi, Silke, nice to see you. Melissa. I feel like I didn't see you, but I'm glad you're here. Melissa, you're normally on my art tours, so it's nice to show you around here. And again, we have that rope. I always want to call it golden rope. And my hair is blonde. Japanese people often say I've got gold hair, which I'm totally happy with. Hi, Nastasha. And again, it means that it signifies going into a sacred space. And the little white streamers here and here, you'll see them all around, and they're to ward off evil spirits. Hi, Nastasha. There's some beautiful little... Rio's like he's seen nature for the first time, just touching everything for the first time. Like he lives in a metropolis, and a little bit of nature is just so nice to see. Look at this. There's loads of tiny little raindrops on everything. Ah, 大丈夫ですか? Okay, 気をつけて. Oh, Rio told me to be careful because it's so slippy, but then another lady just fell. Hi, Laura. Nice to see you. What's oh my god cute, Nastasha? My partner or him touching trees? He's looking around as if it's his first time out here. It is very sweet. Yeah, it's very pretty. I'm going to take you to see this really lovely little ceramic seating area. Rio, after I'm going to go back down so I can show them the deer. I'm going to go back round and down. Sorry. I want to show them this little seating area because it's made of ceramics and it has bamboo on it. Looking for the first time, don't even Don't even. You're such a pest. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Yeah, you might remember it from before. Oh, look, it joins together. You can make longer bamboo there. Aren't they wonderful? Let me get you a close-up like that. The birds sound so lovely. Oh! The tree just shook loads of rain onto me. Very lovely. Well, I'm going to have to realign the gimbal now. What can I do? 3, 2, 1. Sorry, guys. Shook you around. Okay, I'll take you back down the danger steps because I want to introduce you to the first area of the shrine, right from the main entrance as it's intended. So I have to go a bit careful going down here. I've got really thick soled boots on, but I did just witness a lady slipping. Take the slide. Good point, Mariette. Take the slide. That's definitely what they were doing there. Building a slide. I feel really bad. I've taken my mask off to do this as I'm walking around, but everyone else is wearing a mask. Apparently it's not obligatory to do it outside, but everybody does. There's social pressure in Japan. Weird that there's no handrails. Yes, but the site is very, very old, so those kinds of things wouldn't have been planned into them. The more important things are the buildings, the sacred buildings. And health and safety in Japan is quite a unique thing, quite a unique beast. You could even be on a mountainside and there often wouldn't be anything to prevent you from falling over the edge, because you should just be careful and not be silly. But I'm from the UK and everything has got tape and rails on it everywhere. Hi, Gregory, I see you. Good morning. Yeah, handrails would change the look quite dramatically. There would be some sensitive ways you could do it, but considering that so many elderly people use this site, it is a bit strange that there's nothing like that. I'm just going to pop my mask back on my face, but I'm going to tuck it under my chin because holding it in my hand makes me feel like I'm naughty and disobedient, which I'm not. Oh, Barry says, I saw a special exhibition today on kimonos at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. Very well done. Yeah, I bet that was very well done. Very nice. I think they have some lucky numbers here. It's talking about if you're a man and if you're a woman and of a certain age. And I think it might be talking about luck and fortunes. So I've got some important notes I want to read to you at the top to teach some of you guys a few new things. If you've come on this tour before, I do try to get different angles. We spot different seasons, see different lighting, and learn a few different things each time. And I've got my Go-En coin ready. If you've come on this tour before, what do you think? Doesn't this deer look so different? They've updated the bamboo, but also because of the rain, it's very dark. So we're very close to Nara here. We're on the other side of Ikoma Mountain. Ikoma Mountain is the one thing the one thing as a barrier in between Nara and Osaka. I thought I saw coins in here. Yeah, for some reason there's coins in there, which feels like a very westernized thing to do, to go and put some coins inside a water area. Yeah, there was a cage around it before, I'm pretty sure. The green bamboo is so lovely, and it's nice to see real bamboo really being used, because sometimes it's plastic. You know what? It's actually amazing that those bits of paper last so long. It must be a special type of paper. Made from the washi paper, Japanese paper, is made from the pulped reeds from growing rice and things. So I guess it's rice paper. So that spot just now with the deer that I showed you, that's where you wash your hands before going in. You don't have to do it, but most people do, and it's to purify and cleanse yourself before you walk into the shrine. And so you touch your left hand, then your right hand, left hand, and then touch some of the water to your lips as well. But don't drink it. And sometimes there's a little spoon for you to use too, a little ladle. Here we can see the most sacred trees, the oldest and the most sacred being supported so well, which is similar to Japanese culture and society anyway. And the most sacred of the trees have also got the golden ropes around them. Now, Ryo, over here is what I thought is a lamb, but on the internet I can't find anything. Now, here's the picture. It's a deer. Okay, so it's a really primitive deer shape. I always thought it was a lamb, and I was like, why is there a lamb here? That's so rare and special, but it's not at all. It's a deer. Deer are one of the first animals that would be spotted around here because of all of the mountains. So this shrine site was first used as a place of worship in 663 BC, which makes it very, very old indeed. 2,600 almost years old. Everything's been cleaned and tidied. So all of the amounts of money and things that have been collected around here have been tidied up. Everything's been cleaned and prepared for the new year. So considering I often come here at times that aren't like this one, it's quite nice for me to see it all so well presented. It usually is too, of course, but it seems extra so right now. Hi, Richard. So it's a deer. I thought it was a lamb. It's not. They often use deer and foxes and things. And cow. Rio is in the background saying, lamb is yummy. He didn't like lamb too much until he had some in Hokkaido. Higashi Osaka. Higashi means east. So Barry says, is Higashi Osaka a neighborhood in Osaka or a separate city? So it means East Osaka, and it is made up of many, many cities. So Osaka is actually both the name of a city and the name of the prefecture region area. So, for example, you can say, I live in Kyoto, but you live in a city with a totally different name because you live in Kyoto, the area. But he's wreaking havoc on my tour. Okay, you're going. All right, say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
We can have a much better tour now. He's running away. Bye. Honestly. Normally I do the tour by myself, so if I haven't been, there's a couple of times he's been there. I'm conscious that I might have been presenting the tour differently to how I usually do. But I all of my tours, even if they're repeats, are usually quite a bit different, to be honest. But good riddance, because he was poking me and other things, and it was getting annoying. Sabotaging, definitely. Okay. So, one second. Higashi Osaka. So, I hope that explains it. Basically, we are in Osaka. We're in the east part of Osaka, and we're in Hiraoka city. So, the name of the city is Hiraoka. I'll try to get you some nice, unique postcards and different ones to usual. Lisa's been on all of my tours of this shrine. Maybe I've done about 7. So 7, maybe this is the 8th. So I always like to imagine Lisa getting some different angles when I think about things like that. And what we saw just there, these are little blessings. They're basically like little good fortunes. And basically you pay 100 or 200 yen usually, sometimes 300. And it has a little list of whether or not you got, first of all, it says whether or not you got little luck or big luck or medium luck or super bad luck, and then it tells you a little bit more about that if you like. So it's basically a fortune cookie, but people like it. Oh, thank you, Lisa. This is one of her favorite shrines. Now, I'm going to have to climb all the way up these stairs to the main shrine building, but I'm looking forward to showing you at the top. And also we have the new bunny rabbit Emma board up there. So this shrine, when you see the main structure in a moment, of course that hasn't been here as long as I mentioned this shrine is old. This whole shrine area is well known for its age, and it was originally a place of mountain worship. Now, back then, when it was a place of mountain worship, almost 2,600 years ago, it would have just had rudimentary shrine-like things. That could be a formation of stones or sticks or small archways that look a bit like torii gates. You can watch how this person conducts themselves very quickly. So it looks like, sorry, catch my breath. Looks like that person is using this space for exercise, which is really common. I often see lots of much older people using this as part of their daily exercise. And that it is. Hi, Ricky. Hi, Debbie. Thanks, Silke. Yeah, it is so beautiful, isn't it? So mountain worship is a kind of nature worship that was first founded by indigenous groups living near the splendid mountains. Did you just wave to that gentleman? There is a strong belief that the mountains have spiritual power, and there's an overwhelming feeling that they might have the power to even govern our lives. You know, I did a tour here in November, and we were just saying goodbye to autumn and hello to the winter. And it's definitely got a feeling of spring already. There's a lot more green around at the moment. But here's the new year of the animal board up there. It's mimicking a prayer board. And it's lovely, isn't it? Really lovely. Before there was a tiger one. They do have such a lovely artist to do those ones, don't they? Yeah, the ones here. I don't know who paints them, but all of the different shrines have them with totally different styles, actually. This is the main public worship hall. This is the one that I talked about that people would come to for weddings and for welcoming a new baby into the world. And there are a few ways to conduct yourself just here. You can do it in a rush, like that gentleman we saw just now, or you can do it with some kind of sensitivity and care, depending on what's going on in your heart and your mind. Oh, they've just turned on the big lights, so it looks suddenly a bit like dawn. Of course, I'm holding a gimbal, so for me, I'm going to have to do a version of what you're meant to do. So we arrive, and then we bow, and then we clap. So we bow to show respect, and then we clap, which I can't really do, to say, hello, we're here. Then we have to put our money into this offering box. Let me see if I can get you a close-up on that. No, it's not always going to work. One moment. Now, don't forget, I am here to show you how to do this, so no concerns that I'm not being respectful. My way of showing respect is to put my mask up right now because there's some ladies coming, is to teach you guys how to conduct yourselves at shrines. Konnichiwa. There's a lot of people here just now, so I'm just going to be respectful and let them... Ooh! They just put a lot of money in there. So you can see them bow and clap. Hi, Lillian. Sorry, Lily. Hi, Lily. And I'm going to teach you a little bit about this go-en that I've got while you just admire that process. So go-en is a special phrase, actually, that relates to the building of relationships, strong relationships. So go means number 5, and en is for yen. So in Japanese, we pronounce it en. Sorry, just try to be respectful. So most Japanese people believe in destiny. The term go-en refers to those seemingly serendipitous encounters that result in long and meaningful relationships. It would often mean a bond between people, but it could also refer to connections with objects, like a house, a painting, or even a favorite teacup, or a calling. So it's kind of synonymous with perseverance and luck and the building of relationships. So I'm going to put mine in, and every time I do this on a tour, I basically just try to have you guys in my heart. So I'll bow, clap, and then say a little prayer. Okay, and bow again. Of course, that's a little bit difficult to do while holding the gimbal. So we clap to let the gods know that we're there. I'm going to lower my mask again because I'm sure it's a little bit muffly. And we bow to show our respects. We give an offering again to show our respects, but as you've just heard, in Japan and in so many cultures, little objects like coins, especially if their names resonate with something else, are often used to bring more symbolism to your actions. So using a go-en coin, a 5 yen coin, makes us feel even more connected to the reason we're praying, which is probably something to do with helping our relationships, our lives, or having a better life, right? And better lives come from good relationships. So why not use a go-en? If you use a 10 yen, however, and you are superstitious, then you'll be in big trouble because 10 can refer to death because of an old word that's used for 10. Yeah, this is going to be plum blossom soon, so I guess it will need another tour in 3 or 4 weeks, but it'll be at a totally different time. It is a beautiful concept, isn't it? And look, this whole building is so much darker today because of that rain. I think it's really wonderful. Really wonderful to see it looking so different. This tree is spectacular. Actually, when we finish the tour in about 25 or 30 minutes, we'll be in a park and the sun is going down, so we're going to have a sunset view at the end, something like a sunset view. It's going to be nice. These are buildings for all of the shrine maidens and monks to work in, but also you can get your goshuin, which is a temple stamp book, a temple stamp that goes in your goshuin cho, which is the book. You can see the sun going down in the background, just about. So up a little bit high right now. Well, I did the climbing, so maybe you can get a feeling for that. Hi, Tom. Nice to see you. And let me show you other ways that you can pray and give thanks. It is all in relation to money. You do have to buy everything. But these buildings, of course, need to be kept in good order to be able to be used. If no one donated money of any kind, then these things couldn't be protected and cared for like they are. Also going to see some koi fish in a moment. So these boards here are the little prayer boards. So you can buy them. They're usually go hyakuen. Again, that go is quite important. Hyaku for 100. So they're 500 yen, which is about $4.50 in American money. And in British money, that is Right now, about £3.20. These ones are for love and relationships, and you'd often get two together for your friendship or you and your partner. There are also some around here for children, and it looks like, I'll show you in a minute. These ones are for, these ones are for children, as in for hoping for a better life for children or welcoming new life. But look, they've got these lovely round ones here that have children's faces on. So I think there's been a Come to Hiraoka Shrine Day. And so it looks like children of all ages have been saying little prayers in a way. So you can write anything on the back of these. This very sweet child has drawn all of her family members. Isn't that very sweet? I think it's the first character of their name as well. Sorry, this one's a bit crazy. Let me go over here. Oh, minna egao, everybody. So quite artistic, I think. But other people, you can even write them in English, by the way. You don't have to write them in Japanese. I've seen lots in English. You can write anything you like on them. It can just be, please look after me and my brother, or thank you for the something. Yeah, very sweet. And then all of these get burned, actually, which might sound a bit severe. Let me tell you a bit more about that in a moment. First of all, here's our daruma. Daruma is a little doll that you can get in a variety of different colors that relate to different things too, but red is the lucky and the classic. And they start with two white eyes, and you color in the left eye, and then you make a wish or a plan for the year. And then when you've completed it or achieved it, then you can color in the black eye on the other side as well. Hi, Iwa, nice to see you. And these ones are from some time ago for the zodiac. Oh, from now, sorry, this year for the zodiac year of the rabbit. Sweet bun bun. Yes. And here's more of those little fortunes. So all around Japan, you can find lots of these strings, these little bits strung up for you to attach these to. You can attach them to trees, but as someone who cares about the environment and also cares about other people's workload, I'd advise that you don't attach them to trees, because monks have to use their time, or shrine maidens and things have to use their time collecting them all. So if you do come to Japan and you do get a little fortune, if you get a really good luck one, you tend to keep it for yourself. And keep it as a reminder. And if you get a bad luck one or medium, you might tie it up just there. And please tie it on the designated string. Don't just tie it into trees, even though it might look quite nice tied in a tree. This is my favorite view through here, and this is the main special hall that the public doesn't go in. So I think it's the 1st of February, but it's recorded as January too. I told you there are two festivals that happen in this whole area around this shrine, and one of them is a private rice divination, so a special rite for the rice, and it happens in that space back there. So it's special and sacred, and we can't have a look, unfortunately, but I do love the view just through the fence just here. Sometimes when you come on this tour, you can get really lucky, and we can hear people drumming and performing a ceremony. You might even see a baby in a robe that looks a little bit like a christening robe or something, a long white lovely robe. So do consider coming back on this tour. Hit the notifications on it. In fact, I've got 70 people hitting notifications on this tour. It's nice to see you guys have woken up and can enjoy being with me for the last half of the tour. Hi Kim and Harles and Larry, nice to see you. Looks like a heart, right? I don't know if that's intentional, but it's serendipitous, and that's nice too. So Shinto is what the shrines are for, as I mentioned earlier. But even though there are a lot of gods in both Shintoism and Buddhism, there's no one god in Shinto. And in Shinto, actually, they don't believe in an afterlife. They believe that when we pass, all of us goes back into the rivers and the trees and the mountains. I'm going to squeeze you just through here. Here's the koi fish. Thank you so much, Wendy, for the tip. My first tip of the tour. And Laura, thank you very much for my second tip of the tour. Thanks for following me too, Wendy. So we've got koi here. There's also a little turtle in there that I love seeing, but can't see the little turtle right now. Swimming around somewhere. I'm on the other side of the fence right now, the vermilion red fence. So just scanning you around and trying not to drop my gimbal. Can you see the turtle? No. So as with many things in Japan, these koi fish represent longevity and prosperity. In particular longevity, because it's said that they can live a very long time. Say goodbye to them. I'm squeezing you through the... Ooh. Ooh. There you go, squeezing you through the fence. Hi Tang, nice to see you. The grounds are very, very well maintained. Oh look, there's sleeping fish just over there. Thank you, Christina. It's very kind of you. Thank you so much for supporting me with your tips. It really does. It encourages me to present more tours of this kind, and also in this location. I think you're going to have a really nice time in the next part that we're going to go to. But also it lets Heygo know that you think I'm doing really well. It's really important that, well, Heygo needs the money to keep going. We've seen a couple of platforms like this disband recently. So if you're able to, please do consider that. You can also become a sponsor, and more of your sponsorship goes to me. Heygo gets 40% of your tip. I get 60, which is important because they need to exist as well. They need for funding. And for sponsorship, I get 75%. So do consider that. And you get lots of other things for that too. So go on heygo.com/Miss Kendall James, and then you can see what things I offer from my sponsors. Wow, there's some really interesting boards over here. They look like jelly beans. Actually, they're in all of the different colors that Daruma can be purchased in. And I think my friend Frankie bought me a yellow one. And I think yellow relates to some interesting things, of course, like money, but also traffic safety. So get a load of that. Get some traffic safety. I don't drive or anything, but I do cycle, and I don't really want to find my demise through being run over at all. Hi, Becky. Yeah, really lovely colours. I think the signal's just going to drop a little bit here, so I'm going to keep on walking. So here you can see very, very big sponsorship marble blocks, these big ones. So lots of different family names and things. Family names and company names. And there are a couple of different gods enshrined in the main buildings here. I've got the names of them. I can actually give you the names of them if you like. They're a little bit difficult to say, but they actually relate to war and thunder. So there are all kinds of different deities, gods, especially in Buddhism. But when Buddhism came to Japan in 600 AD, Lily will try and get you a yellow one for being in Athens. That sounds terrifying. You need a traffic safety jelly bean. Just go and buy some yellow things tomorrow. I think at traffic safety at very least, because if you're wearing yellow, you're easier to spot, so you're less likely to get run over. And so when Buddhism came to Japan, Shintoism had already been here because it's the indigenous religion. But they adapted, as each country did. So it started in India and then went to China and Korea and then Japan. But they welcomed Buddhism into their Shintoism. So they work harmoniously with each other, actually. So Japanese people in general, a lot of them kind of say, from my experience, because I teach English here, so I get to talk to a lot of different Japanese people of all ages and genders and everything. But they aren't necessarily inclined to say that they're religious. Like, they don't say, I'm Buddhist or I practice Shintoism. They just do it. It's part of their teachings, what their family taught them. It's part of what they pass down, the actions that you perform when you go to these places. And it just exists in their lives. So all of the public holidays and things, well, most of them, I'd say at least half of them, are in relation to those two religions. And it's really hard, especially if you care about the environment or believe in some kind of spirituality, it's really hard to say that yourselves, myself included, if you learned about Shintoism, it would be really hard to say that you didn't practice it, because it's all about everything around us, everything we see and smell and touch and use and have that came from nature is what Shintoism is all about. So, of course, it seemed natural that when a fully formed religion such as Buddhism came to Japan, of course it just got adapted into that harmony of belief that the harmony of belief that Shintoism allows. So there are crossover deities and things, but interestingly, a lot of gods and deities are from really old stories like myth and lore. But not just that, but actually from old rich families and even warlords and things. So you can become a deity based on having been rich, which sounds pretty standard in the world, I'd say. Yeah, it's a way of life, but it does encourage certain practices and rules that must be followed, such as that Oshogatsu, beginning of the year, for the first 3 days, everyone goes to do Hatsumode, and oh my goodness, I need some traffic safety jelly beans because a bird nearly just ran me over in the sky. I guess I was using its space. That was a bit scary. Hi, Ginny lovely. Hi, Leslie. Yeah, Shinto is, the easiest way to describe Shinto is a religion, but I guess the more correct way is a spiritual practice. And I guess spiritual practice is religion. So yeah, it's a difficult one. And that's my partner, Ryo there. He's a Japanese person. And like I said, they don't think of it as necessarily being religious. It's just a practice. No, Buddha isn't our god, no. I think there are hundreds of deities in Buddhism. I'm going to carefully go down the steps here. It's a little bit dangerous. I'm going to take you into the park, Hiraoka Koen. It's got lots of baby plum trees and baby sakura, cherry blossom trees, but baby ones because, unfortunately, all of the trees got a root rot that meant that I think about 10 years ago, or 10 or 15 years ago, Ryo said, which meant that they all had to be removed. Only the biggest ones that were the strongest could stay. Yeah, the moss is really lovely today. I wish you could smell it. It smells so nice. So that's the Hiraoka shrine grounds that we've been roaming through for the last 52 minutes. From the entrance to this exit that we're coming to now. But this moss is just fantastic. If you're a texture fiend like I am, you might be really enjoying these. Yeah, and Dawn, you live in the UK. Walking in the woods in the UK after it rains is really lovely. There's all that mulchy bark on the ground. As you can hear underfoot with me right now, there's a lot of gravel. I was trying to find the word for gravel. Oh, look, a kind of secret path. Melissa would be petting the rocks for sure. Well, Ryo was having a good sniff and rub of the rocks earlier, which was quite sweet. Look, secret path. With all the leaves on the ground, this bit smells like woods in the UK. Oh my goodness, guys. There is an incredibly beautiful view in the background. I'm really excited to show you. So as you leave the shrine area, you'll find another gate. You can see this isn't the designated or the intended main area because the gate is much smaller. By gate, I mean this arc, which is a tori gate, or tori in Japanese. But basically, we bow here, but it's customary to kind of leave and then turn around and then bow. You can see it's coming up to 5 p.m. So some of the big lights have turned on now. Yeah, so this is where Ryo lives in this city. Hi Komugi, hi Dave. You guys have just missed the shrine, but I'm going to show you the park. Here's the public toilet. And oh my goodness, the city is looking pretty splendid in the background. Oh, we can see him, I think. No? Yes? Is that my partner? No, I think it's just another person. Right. We're going to get some better views of this, but we're just going to get a look at the sun going down over the city. Now, this is the whole of Osaka. And when we go up a little bit higher, I can show in the distance where we would get to Nara and get to Kyoto. Hi, Dave. Nice to see you. And little daffodils. Oh, they're all looking down because the sun is gone. But I think I can show you even more daffodils that are looking up a little bit. Oh, they all look like they've been told some really sorry news. Right, let me get you up into the distance. And we can see some of the first plum and cherry blossoms of the season, which I think is really wonderful. Oh, there's some really nice ones. Oh, sorry, I'm looking before you even get to see, so just bear with me one moment. Here's a little overview of the park, and you see we're so many, so many. The trees are 3 years old now. 2, 3 years old? 3, I think. Well, this is their 3rd year, so they're 2. You can't really see them just yet because the blossoms are not on them. But as you can see over here, there are some blossoms. I'm going to get myself over here. Look! The first plum blossoms of spring. One second, I'll get it to focus. Focus. I think I know how to get it to focus. Bear with me. There we go. There's a nice view. And there are really big cherry trees in here as well. But I'll take you to see them in just a minute. Okay. Can I get it to focus in there? Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. They do look nice with the raindrops on them. If I do flower tours, I love doing them if it's just rained because the flowers and the leaves all look so lovely. My rose tours with the rain are very nice, I think. Now, there are some white blossoms I can see in the distance, but I'm going to take you up to see the daffodils and give you the nice view of the city from the top. They're not dewdrops, no, but it does have a feeling of dawn. It's actually dusk, so the sun is going down. Nice for an art tour, painting blossoms. Actually, anyone who becomes my sponsor gets seasonal cards that I make here in Japan, and the next ones I'll be making will be blossoms. So look forward to those if you have signed up to be my sponsor. The trees are much bigger this year. They were just up to my hips before, and now they're the same height as me. Oop. Oop. You can see a black smoke rising up in the background over there. Definitely big smoke style. So daffodils are winter plants in Japan. So I think these ones came and went really quickly. I didn't get to see them in full bloom this year. Last year I sat next to them and they made me sneeze so much. I was quite surprised to find my beloved flower was making me sneeze so much. Beloved daffodil flower. Hi, Nicola. Oh, Nicola, sorry. I always get my pronunciations all mixed up. So all of these little 2 and 3 year old trees. So it's going to look spectacular in 3 weeks. And then it will continue looking spectacular for a week or two. And then it will look spectacular in a different way because the cherry blossoms will come out. A lot of people on Heygo now know that the plum blossoms come out first because us in Japan, we show you guys everything. Look at that view. That is stunning. Gorgeous. So can you see a really tall protruding building in the distance? It looks like a stack of 3 buildings together. Let me show you. Yep, it's Harukas. I'm going to zoom in really close. It will pixelate, but I'll try and put it right in the center. Okay, the one that a bird flew over just now. Right in the center. It looks like a staggered 3-step. That is the tallest skyscraper in Japan. It's called Abeno Harukas. And if you'd like to come to the top of it, please check out not to the top of it, I'll take you to the 16th floor. Timea does take you to the very, very top. Sorry, I got distracted by the very cute music in the background. Yes, you can come with me to the 16th floor and to a secret garden in that area, Keitakuen Garden, that even many Japanese people don't know about. But it's a really important garden. And Ryo didn't know about it. My partner Ryo didn't know about it, but his grandma knew about it and loves it very, very much. So you can come and join me on those tours next week at all kinds of different times. If this time suits you, I think they'll work for you. But I know in Japan it's really hard for me to present tours for you guys that are at good times because I'm just so far away from most of you. So sorry about that. It's nice to see a couple of new faces and a couple of friends such as Ginny and Lily that don't normally get to come on my tours so often. It's very nice to see you guys. So that is the heart of Osaka right there, Tennoji area. Hi, Kathleen. And it does. We've got Mary Poppins kind of echoing today, and I can see some buildings with smoke coming out of them, and it's reminding me of chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cherry. A sweep is as lucky can be. Let's go and see the white blossoms to finish up the start of the white ume blossoms. And if you look over that way in the distance, over that way, you'll find Kyoto. And if you look towards the other direction, you'll find Nara. Kyoto's way over there. And through Osaka, and over that way, past Ikoma Mountain, which we're right next to. Ryo, my partner, took me for a walk. Well, he said, let's go for a walk. About 4 months ago, I think it was very hot. 5 months ago, it was summer. He said, let's go for a walk. And I'm like, cool, I love walking. And he said, yeah, maybe a hike. And we started hiking. And I'm like, well, this is great, but where are we going? And it's difficult. It turned out I was hiking up Ikoma Mountain without being any the wiser. I think it was 800 meters up, 1,000 meters or so. I wasn't necessarily impressed, but also felt a great sense of achievement. Look at these. Pretty. Oh, isn't that lovely? I'll let you just appreciate those for a second. So lovely. These were such little babies last year, so it's nice to see them doing so well. Nice to see them thriving. All of the trees, all of the blossom trees here, which is so important in Japan, and represent a kind of fleetingness, the fleetingness of life. Smooth for all of the tour. So does anybody have any questions, or are you satisfied with your care? Because I'll say goodbye to you now. I hope you enjoyed seeing the shrine. Oh, an airplane flying through the sky. And I hope you enjoyed a hint of this park. I'll do some tours in the future that are just of this park when all of the blossoms have come into bloom. There's a airplane over there, but it's disappeared into the clouds. A very, very cloudy day. And I'm going to go and have a lovely evening with my friend. It's her 44th birthday. Her name's Sarah. She sometimes comes on my tours either in the background or as a Voyager like yourselves. So I'm going to go celebrate her birthday. And for her birthday, I got her those lovely metallic paints that I use on my tours. Thank you very much. If anyone is feeling like a sponsorship or tip, this was worthy of those, then please do brighten my day with such a thing. I'd be delighted. And I hope to see you again in my future tours. You can also check me out on linktr.ee/Miss Kendall James, and you can see some of the art that I make and other things too. Thank you, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the silhouettes of these lovely flowers. Bye. Let's take this mask off for a second. See you. Thank you very much, Silke. Please leave a review as well.